What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending what time zone you're in, it's Tuesday morning or Monday night. And to my Tuesday morningers, y'all know what I always say. Tuesday is not a great day of the week, but just be happy it's not a Monday. Because y'all know I cannot stand Mondays. All right, y'all, I have a great show set up for you guys today. I have 3 lead stories. We're going to kick it off by talking about leaked messages that show Shannon Sharpe flirting with his ex-male assistant and stylist. Shannon Sharpe can't catch a break out here, y'all. Donald Trump threatens to block stadium deal unless Washington Commanders revert to their previous name. And Kelsey Plum calls out Catlin Clark's team for not wanting to join Pay Us What You Owe Us campaign. In quick news, we're going to talk Travis Hunter, SZA, Drake, Waka Flocka, Fat Joe, Andrew Tate, Donald Trump, Shaquille O'Neal, Tyler Perry, and Meagan Klay. New boo alert. As always, we're going to close out the show with comments of the day, social discussion of the day, question of the day, and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. We'll start this show. And in case you missed it, I'm back. Let's go. All right, you guys, we have some breaking news. Unfortunately, some sad news. The Cosby Show star Malcom-Jamal Warner passed away at age 54. Costa Rican National Police confirm. For those who missed it, around 1 o'clock today, I did my first live actually after since the Diddy trial, and it was about Malcom-Jamal Warner. Because when reports first came out, it was a confirmed source, but there was no official confirmation. Some of the legacy media had reached out and they didn't get any confirmation from his people. It was a source. But unfortunately, literally I think 5 or 10 minutes after I got off the live, it was confirmed by the National Police that he unfortunately did pass away. Sad news. We did give a lot of details about Malcom-Jamal Warner in the live, so you could go check it out on our YouTube page. I was telling you guys about my favorite scene, just my favorite memories from The Cosby Show, and of course some things that Malcolm did. He was married and had a daughter. We don't know the wife's name or the daughter's name. He kept that very private, but maybe it might come out. Here are some more details. We are sending our condolences to the loved ones of Malcom-Jamal Warner, 54 years old, who was famously known as Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show following the news of his passing. According to ABC News, Costa Rican police confirmed that the actor drowned off the coast of Costa Rica on Sunday. Police said his official cause of death was asphymonia. Y'all know my dyslexia. I don't know what that is, but it's basically drowning. Police said Malcolm was caught by a high current in the water and was discovered Sunday afternoon. He was formally identified by Costa Rican National Police. We are keeping Malcolm's loved ones filled in our prayer. Really, really sad. Here is a picture of, like I said earlier, my favorite episode, the Gordon Gartrell episode. Somebody tweeted out and said, "This man gave us one of the greatest scenes in the history of television. I cannot believe this." I'm over here sobbing. Rest in peace, Malcom-Jamal Warner. Here is the picture. I'll maybe find a better picture and put it up later. But the Gordon Gartrell is just classic. Google it. I'm sure you could find a snippet of it. Morris Chestnut said, "Heartbroken to hear about the passing of Malcom-Jamal Warner. Working alongside him on The Resident was an honor. He brought such depth, warmth, and wisdom to every scene and every conversation. One of the nicest in the business. Rest in peace, brother. Your legacy lives on." So as I went to the comment section during my live, I've never even watched The Residency, but somebody said Dr. AJ, and I was like, oh, you know what? I remember hearing about that. So I didn't watch The Resident, but I do remember that character. Here's another post somebody put up, RIP to the great Malcom-Jamal Warner. My generation grew up on him. There's a picture of when they're doing, I can't remember the name of the song, but the "Not a Day." I think the scene is I think they're performing for, it's either Claire's parents or Heathcliff's, Bill Cosby's character, one of the parents. Anyways, super funny. Rudy was really funny in that. Also to note that he was a producer on the Magic School Bus. And yeah, just sad all around. 54 years old. That is super young, not sick with anything at all. And to hear this happening is just unfortunate. As I said in my live, knowing what I know about the entertainment industry, I'm sure tomorrow or the day after you might start hearing some things of it's this and the speculation and, he owed money to somebody or this, or, he was a good swimmer. How could he just drown? Like what was his last emails? What was his last telephone conversations? Was there an insurance plan, et cetera, et cetera? I already heard it already. I called a couple of people and I already know what's coming. So, like I said earlier, just let's at least take today, mourn him, and talk about the good memories, your favorite scenes. So in the comment section below, let me know your favorite Malcom-Jamal Warner character and or scene from The Cosby Show. Rest in peace, Malcom-Jamal Warner. Our first lead story. Messages leaked allegedly show Shannon Sharpe flirting with his ex-stylist, ordering Girl Scout cookies and dropping a $249,000 on a G-Wagon. Okay. Here is a video of the G-Wagon. You can see the back of it. Here is, I'll just play it alongside of me. Like, I guess it's like a recording of a cell phone thread of shoes between them two. Let's fast forward a little bit here. Here's what's more important. You see some kissing emojis. Let me just stop this right here. This picture is super sus. And then the three kisses and then the called you, I'll admit is a little bit sus. The Girl Scout cookies. I mean, look, all right, let's just stop it there. I went through this and there's nothing necessarily like, there's nothing necessarily, let me just check something. Yeah. There's nothing necessarily that like calls out that they had a relationship. Admittedly though, that, I've never sent the actual lip kisses to another man. 1,000%. I'll admit that is definitely sus. But y'all know me already. I need like receipts, right? I think in a very court-minded way, like what's going to hold up in court? I need A, B, C, and D. For those of you who don't know, people have been saying for years that Shannon Sharpe and his ex-male stylist were in a thing. And that is why Shannon Sharpe went live on his Instagram with Michelle, remember? And this was before the allegations with Jane Doe. So people have always been questioning and saying that Shannon Sharpe is sus. Some people even went so far as to say this whole thing with Jane Doe and that lawsuit that we talked about yesterday was another attempt to show that, Shannon Sharpe is straight. But I think that has been pushed to the wayside, knowing that he literally just had to settle with her and his career is basically ruined. We'll see if he can come back. But I personally, just my opinion, I don't think these text messages or these, those kiss emojis are enough. Maybe his stylist is gay and he just likes to play around with him. I would need some more evidence for me personally. I'll leave the rest up to you guys. You guys believe this? You think Shannon Sharpe is hiding? You think he's in the closet? It's 2025. I don't think he would care. Although one thing I would say is that Shannon Sharpe is old school. So if he was, I would understand why he wouldn't come out because of his generation and his thought process. But still not enough receipts for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our second lead story. Donald Trump threatens to block stadium deal unless Washington Commanders revert to previous name. All right, we're going to get through this quickly. The Washington whatevers should immediately change their name back to the Washington Redskins football team. There is a big clamoring for this. Likewise, the Cleveland Indians, one of the 6 original baseball teams with a storied past. Our great Indian people in massive number want this to happen. Their heritage and prestige is systematically been taken away from them. Times are different now Times are different now than they were 3 or 4 years ago. We are a country of passion and common sense. Owners get it done. Then he also went on to say, my statements on Washington Redskins was totally blown up, but only in a very positive way. I may put a restriction on them that if they don't change the name back to the original Washington Redskins and get rid of the ridiculous moniker Washington Commanders, I won't make a deal for them to build a stadium in Washington. The team would be much more valuable and a deal would be more exciting for everyone. Indians are being treated very unfairly. Make Indians great again. Donald Trump is woo. Y'all know I try to call out when he does good. This is just ridiculous. Like, you're the president of the United States. Do not have anything else to worry about. Like, I just don't understand this, man. Donald Trump posted on Truth Social Sunday demanding that the Washington Commanders and Cleveland go back to their old teams' names, which were dropped for being offensive to Native Americans. Later on, he threatened to block the Commanders from building a new stadium at the old RFK site in Washington, D.C., unless they change the name back. However, it's unclear if Trump would actually stop the project. The land used to be federally owned, but earlier this year, President Joe Biden signed a bill handing control over to the D.C. local government for the next 99 years, according to The Guardian. Just quickly, I went to the comment section. The worst president of my lifetime button. Whoever the next president is going to have a field day undoing half of the ish this man has done. We are referred to as Native American from people of your kind. Thank you. That was clearly somebody who is Native American, by the way. Another person said, why is this a presidential matter? This is my whole thing. Another person said, if this was Love Island, he would have been escorted off a long time ago. He does everything but lead the country. Yo, this is just uncalled for. There's so many other things that we could be worried about. I think there might be a lot of people that agree with him, to be honest with you, of the name changes. But like I talked about Obama yesterday and about his comment about young men or young boys having gay role models, this is not the things that we need to be focused on. So the same way how I dragged Obama yesterday, I'm going to drag President Trump today. We don't care about this right now. Worry about the economy. Worry about living conditions. Worry about gas prices. Worry about trade. Worry about a bunch of other things, right? Immigration. Like, there's so many other things that we could be worried about and that the president should be tweeting about. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our third lead story. The shirt thing was determined this morning. Not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were present for that. All right, so Kelsey Plum said that Team Clark didn't want to wear the WNBA Pay Us What You Owe Us shirt. Okay, I talked about this yesterday in sports news. Actually, I just realized I don't think I have anything in sports news today, but anyways, I want to talk about it here, okay? So, you guys know I'm a big fan of the WNBA. Catlin Clark, Angel Reese, love the rivalry, Juju, everything. I love it. So I'm a big supporter of it. So yesterday, I spoke to you guys about the All-Star game on Saturday and how the girls were wearing a shirt that says, pay us what you owe us. Now, I was very fair with saying that the statement and phrase is pretty controversial. Let's just call a spade a spade. And I'll tell you quickly, for those who didn't see yesterday, the WNBA has been in existence for over 25 years, and they have never been profitable. Last year, they lost $40 million. The WNBA is owned by the NBA, which means the NBA is subsidizing the WNBA. However, cry me a river, the $10 billion WNBA having to the $10 billion NBA having to subsidize $40 million to the WNBA. That is that's what LeBron makes in 1 year. So boo-hoo that you have to pay the WNBA's losses of $40 million. That's one. Two, yes, they are at a loss, but pay us what you owe us is also about revenue sharing. Okay. And three, and this is what's most important, is that the girls know that the league is about to explode. It's exploded last year and it's about to take off and it's about to be very profitable. So pay us what you owe us. Again, it's maybe a controversial statement, but more along the lines, we're in contract negotiations now, and these contracts are going to be out for the next, I don't know, 5, 7, 10 years. I don't know the term, but because we know what's on its way, we do not want to represent what was in the past. Give us something like you gave the guys revenue sharing. And if I'm not mistaken, the guys got a 50% share. And I like the revenue model because it really is not adding to the deficit. It's, hey, the sharing of the revenue should be player versus league. And then if you guys don't manage your stuff properly, then there'll be some losses, but then at least we know that we're getting paid for our job and you guys manage it and sell it better. So that's the backstory, okay? Now, yesterday, I also said that I was pleasantly surprised to see Catlin Clark wearing the t-shirt. As you know, Angel Reese has been an advocate for this in the off season on her podcast, and she gets dragged for it because a lot of people don't believe the women should get paid because they don't bring in the money that the NBA is bringing in. So how could they expect that? I just explained to you, so we don't have to get back into it. Regardless, Angel Reese has been an advocate, and so has a bunch of other women. Now, when I saw Catlin Clark, I was like, I've never heard her talk about that, but now I'm surprised she's wearing the shirt. Let's get back to the original post. Listen to Kelsey Plum calling out Catlin Clark for not wanting to wear the shirt. Take a listen.
Just United Front was determined this morning that we had a meeting for, and not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just we had a very
that really needed to be mentioned.
I forget the name of the girl beside her, but I like her. She's like, that really did not need to be mentioned. And it needed to be mentioned because there's a lot of women in the league that don't like Catlin Clark, which is ironic because it's because of her and Angel Reese why they have such a spotlight on them right now. And I like the rivalry. I like the pushing. I like the beef between Angel, Catlin, and some of the other girls with Catlin and with Angel. I like it. I think that's what is going to make people tune in, right? Larry and Bird was, so Magic and the Celtics. Like, you need to create these things to have people tune in. Anyways, I thought it was funny, and I knew I was right that it was very weird that Catlin Clark was wearing a shirt. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. Travis Hunter's wife, Lena, reflects on how much she's grown. I don't recognize this girl anymore. All right, so she put out this video of her crying. I'll put it beside me because there's no audio. I'll talk through it. So this is her like wiping her tears. And when it first came out, people were like, oh, here we go. There's a problem with her and Travis. And backstory quickly for those of you who don't know, Travis Hunter, Heisman Trophy winner, star on Colorado Buffaloes with Coach Prime and Shedeur Sanders. And everybody has been dragging him saying, Lena doesn't love you. Don't marry her. She's just after your money. There's been a bunch of suspect things that she has done. I've covered it, literally 10 incidences on this show. Anyways, bringing it back now, they got married, I think, 2 months ago. And when they saw her crying online, all the blogs were like, oh, here we go. Her and Travis are blah, blah, blah. Because I feel like she was trolling us because she put this out. She said, I wish I could go back and hug December me because, oh, baby, God was about to change your heart in the most important and beautiful way. I don't even recognize this girl anymore. The amount you can grow and develop in 6 months and of devoting your life to Jesus and getting away from the shackles of the world and social media is astonishing. I wish the peace I found within Jesus on everybody who reads this. Your identity in him matters, not how people choose to perceive you. So it wasn't a recent crying post. It was a reflection post. So I feel like she's trolling us a little bit. So far, so good. Her and Travis are on a good path. And she seems like she is healed. Not so much on social media, not giving bloggers so much to talk about, except for yesterday. Our second quick story. Fans notice SZA is no longer following Drake on Instagram. Guys, why is this a story? Drake and Kendrick Lamar hate each other. SZA is on tour with Kendrick Lamar. I'm about to say they're on the same label, but they're not on the same label anymore. But they come from the same label of TDE. They're on tour together. Why would SZA be following Drake? Why do we have to make news of everything? Like, give me a break. Now, kind of funny that she still does. What's the song that they have together? Is it Rich Baby Daddy? Anyways, she still does that song on tour, which is hilarious to me because Drake just did a wireless show 3 days straight and didn't do any songs from anybody who he's beefing with. And SZA is on tour with Kendrick and still is doing a song that she has with Drake. Just saying. But still, shout out to SZA. Y'all know I'm a huge SZA fan. But yeah, she should unfollow him and she should actually stop doing that song. If you ask me, out of respect for Kendrick. If I was Kendrick, I'd be like, yo, Actually, if I was Kendrick, I wouldn't say anything, but I would feel a way, but I would just let her do her. Anyways, I digress. Our third quick story. Waka Flocka reacts to viral conversation between Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Kids never be this fool. Okay, that was one of our lead stories yesterday. Of course, as you know, people are still talking about it today. Waka Flocka said, kids never be this fool and deceiver. Obama tripping, and y'all agree with this? Waka Flocka shares his thoughts on Barack Obama, saying boys need more than one male influence in their lives. How y'all feeling about this? Like I said yesterday, man, like to try to give Barack Obama the benefit of the doubt. I hope that it was just him being on a podcast talking nonchalant and not thinking straight. It's the only explanation. But when you're the former president of the United States and you're going on the former first ladies of the president of the United States podcast, you know everything that you're gonna say is gonna go viral. You know you're the former face, pretty much still the face of the Democratic Party. Nobody's looking to Joe Biden for anything. And with the Democratic Party so lost and so leaderless now, that is the last thing you should be saying while Donald Trump is going on podcasts and going on streaming platforms and tapping into the Joe Rogans of the world and talking about, I talked about it enough yesterday. I'm just so disappointed in Barack, man. Anyways, Donald Trump has his base. He is aligned. This is not what we should be talking about as a Democratic Party. Talk about the direction and what Democrats stand for. Again, not saying anything about the message. I'm just saying stuff about the timing. Waka Flocka agrees with me. Our fourth quick story. Fat Joe joins ongoing Seaworld concert series. Another one. Fat Joe is the latest artist to perform at Seaworld. I wanted to throw this in here quickly because I've seen this online a couple of times now and I haven't said anything about it. There are some artists that are performing at SeaWorld or performing at these, like a Six Flag events and stuff, and people are dragging them online. First of all, not everybody's Beyonce. And B, if you're an artist and SeaWorld is paying you $50,000, $100,000 to show up and perform 2-3 songs, who cares? Is that really that embarrassing? Like, other artists are dragging other artists. Or like, Ja Rule will sing somewhere, 50 Cent makes fun of him. Then 50 Cent does something overseas. But as long as you're getting paid and you're getting money, if you're out here and you're broke, I get it. And you're like, hey man, I'm performing for da-da-da. But these are artists that are out here making money. Like, I don't see the joke in it. Like, if you have fans and they're at SeaWorld and you want to pay me to show up, I'm showing up. I don't think it's a reflection on them as an artist. Fat Joe has a successful podcast with, Jada. It's called the Joe and Jada podcast. It goes viral like every week or 2 weeks. Like, Joe has his catalog. Joe's making money. He's a legend. I don't care if he performs for 2 people or if he performs for 50,000 people. He's still a legend, so it's pointless for y'all to be dragging him. And people in the comment section, what are you doing for a living? And you're talking about Fat Joe at SeaWorld. Think about that. Our fifth quick story. Andrew Tate speaks on Shannon Sharpe's lawsuit, and he says, I don't pay the girls who lie about me. I fight till the end. I'll see you in court. Okay, for those of you who've been following this show from a long time ago, you know how much I detest Andrew Tate. I don't use the hate word often, but I hate Andrew Tate. The level of misogyny and disgustingness that has come out of that man's mouth is disgusting, and I think even this is even more disgusting. DJ Vlad tweeted and said, the OnlyFans model who shook down Shannon Sharpe in a $50 million lawsuit has announced that she will never work again after Shay cashed her out. We told you guys about that yesterday. Then Andrew Tate answered and says, I don't pay the girls who lie about me. I'll fight till the end. I'll see you in court. Rather go to jail than retire a B word. F you, I'm stubborn. Now, Mr. Tate, let's call a spade. You have never been convicted of a crime. That doesn't mean you're not guilty. A. B, where you have committed your crimes, Romania, other places outside of the US, we don't know their laws out there. And we know the reason why you went and did your stuff in Romania, because they have lax laws when it comes to women and the things that you do. All right. Third of all, you have never been charged civilly for anything. And the bar for civil lawsuits are much lower. Now, again, I don't know the Romanian laws or any of these places that you hide out in their laws, but we know that's why you go there. So don't get on Twitter and be like, yo, yeah, I fight this and I fight that. You've never been sued civilly from what I've known, A. And the charges that you've been charged with are in a place that you went to because you know the rules and the laws are lax there. So if I were you, I would just get off Twitter before you start waking up more police and having more charges laid against you. Actually, now that I think about it, keep going because we want more charges against you, Mr. Tate. Our sixth quick story. Jacksonville man punched in the face multiple times and had his car window busted during violent traffic stop. All right, we posted this yesterday on our new Instagram page, The Trent Out Loud Show, so you can go check out the full video there. It's a sensitive video, and we'll get flagged if we play it on YouTube. I'll tell you quickly about it. There's a man in Jacksonville, a black man, and he was apparently pulled over for not having his headlights on during bad weather. It was the middle of the day, and they pulled him over. And they're asking him for his license registration. He's like, show me your hands. He's like, here are my hands. And he was like, here, show me the law about this headlight. And he didn't want to get out of his car. They busted in his window. They dragged him out. They, were physical with him. They put hands on him. And as a result, he has a chipped tooth and I think it was 7 or 8 stitches in his lip. The Jacksonville Police Department said that they're going to do an investigation into it, and they don't know if he's going to get justice for this. I have heard things of him suing the police department. There'll be a civil rights lawsuit, etc. But just everyone's been talking about this, and I mean, what did we say? Like, we have seen these things from police hundreds of times now. Joe Biden tried to pass the George Floyd Policing Act. Donald Trump has tried his best to undo things that have been done by the Democratic Party. And I try not to get into policing things, but I think we can all agree that there needs to be something done with police and traffic stops. There's got to be some sort of requirement, like checklist, before you can smash somebody's window and drag them out their car. This man was not violent. This man did not have anything, that didn't do anything. other than not listening to the police officer. But that doesn't mean there has to be some law change that if I do not want to be compliant in the car, that does not mean that you could drag me out the car for no reason. Like I said, if you were suspect of a crime, if this happened, or if you did something or what, all by all means, sure. But a traffic stop because I didn't have my headlights on and I'm a little afraid to get out of the car. And he's like, yo, call your supervisor. Can you call this person? Can you call that? Can you show me what the law is? Can you do this? You're going to smash the guy's window, drag him out, punch him in his face, and give him 6 stitches in his lip? Crazy work, crazy work. Anyways, for those of you who want to check out the video, go check out and follow our new Instagram page, Trent, the Trent Out Loud Show. And let me know what you guys think about, they sing, for now, I don't think his name has been released. And according to this article, it's 904 Will. So let me know what you guys think about the Jacksonville man 904 Will in the comment section below. Our 7th quick story. Trump posts an AI video showing Barack Obama getting arrested. I don't know what's wrong with Donald Trump. This guy's very active the past couple of days. How did Samantha Power make all that money? So this is like a Brady Bunch kind of post, but he put the Shady Bunch, and Barack Obama is in the picture as well too. I'll play the video. Donald Trump is making headlines again, this time for posting in a viral AI-generated video showing former President Barack Obama being arrested and thrown in jail. The 45 seconds clip, which Trump shared on his Truth Social on Sunday, opens up with a real footage of footage of prominent Democrats, including Obama, saying no one is above the law. It cuts to okay, etc., etc. The post comes after recent remarks from Director of National Intelligence, who claim Obama and former intelligence officials played a role in manufacturing the Trump-Russia collusion narrative. While no official changes or evidence has emerged from those allegations, Trump post appears to nod to the controversy. Can we play the video? Is there sound? Oh yeah, I can't play the sound because there's he put it to the Village People, YMCA. Why does he like that song so much? YMCA. Anyways, I'll play the video with some other sound behind it. Here it is. Our 8th quick story. This is Andy Byron. He just lost a $500 job as CEO of Astronomer for cheating on his wife. But that's just the beginning. Here's how much an actual affair costs. Okay, this is just giving you guys more of a breakdown. We have been talking about Astronomer CEO Andy Byron. Come to find out that he was getting paid $500,000 and also $25 million in potential divorce. What does that mean? $25 million in potential divorce. Anyways, $500,000 in annual salary. Here, this is what I want to talk about. $12 million in estimated company stake at risk. But affairs like this are far more damaging, and they just go on to talk about how the children could be affected, etc. 2 times more likely to drop out of school, 3 times more likely to experience blah, 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 blah. $12 million stake in Astronomer. That's all I wanted to tell y'all. $500,000, $12 million for cheating on your wife with the chief people officer. Let me know if it was worth it, Andy. Our 9th quick story. Shaq says that Meagan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson relationship will be over in 6 weeks. Isn't that what I told y'all yesterday? I was just like, this is not a relationship that is going to last, man. I was like, all right, I'm going to give my girl the benefit of the doubt. I know she's happy right now, but her and Klay are just not, that just seems like a weird match. It seems like a rebound. It seems like, all right, let me go with a good guy. I was with Tory Lanez, Party Fontaine, a couple other dudes, some street dudes. Let me go with Klay. It's not going to last. Here's Shaq. Take a listen.
Shaq, did you see the news about the new hot couple, Klay Thompson and Meagan Thee Stallion? 6 weeks.
Let's be fair, though. I did hear along the great line that Shaq is a little bit bitter because he was trying to talk to Meagan. Who knows? Shout out to Klay. I hope it works, but they just seem odd together. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our 10th quick story. Tyler Perry says he fired his aunt for skipping work and refused a family member $1 million request. While speaking with Kirk Franklin about money, Tyler Perry opens up about setting financial boundaries with his loved ones. He revealed that he once gave his aunt a job after she repeatedly asked him for money, but ended up firing her because she kept calling in. Perry also shared that after his mother passed, he wrote a letter to all of his relatives urging them to find jobs within 60 days. One family member was even upset with him for refusing to hand over $1 million. Here is Tyler Perry. Take a listen.
I fired my aunt. She said she wanted a job. She would always call asking for money. I'm like, okay, I was sending the money. I was like, listen, I want to help you. I don't want to help you build this thing, not be welfare to you. So let me give you a job. She wasn't coming in, calling in all the time. I was like, okay, well, you got to go.
Why is this surprising? I had a national brand. I had hundreds of people employed. Never would I hire anybody from my family. Never. And the times I did hire, like my little cousins or a nephew or my godsons or whatever, I was very adamant about it. First of all, I never did the hiring, but I would say, would call up on a district manager like, hey, my cousin or whatever, Bob wants a job. You're going to have to interview for it. You got to make sure you're doing a good job. And B, there is no favoritism going on. If anything, you're going to be under more stricter guidelines because of your relation to me. So let's say you had 3 warnings. No, you only got 2. You know what I mean? Like, no, I totally don't believe in that. You want a job, you got to work for it, you got to earn it. You come in late, you get fired. And I've never had where a family member works directly with me, so that it's not affecting our relationship. So I don't think any of them got fired or got let go. But if it did, it wouldn't affect our relationship because you have a relationship with your manager, for example, at that store. And even at that level, well, yeah, I guess their manager is their direct boss. And then there's a district, and then there's another person, and then there's me. So I have no say over anything that you're doing, right? But I totally recommend everybody or anybody who has a business or whatever, do not involve family at all. Nothing. Lending money or doing stuff outside, that's a whole different story, but I'd fire my aunt too. It's a business, yo. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. This probably should have been social discussion of the day or something. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our 11th quick story. All right, everybody's talking about Andy from the Coldplay cam. Well, the HR executive at the center of the viral infidelity scandal married into one of the oldest and wealthiest families in Boston. Kristin, who is on leave from her job at astronomer following the embarrassing caught on Jumbotron incident last week, appears to be married to a private rum owner, Andrew Cabot, according to the social media post. Crazy work. And apparently they are worth $15 billion. And what's her name? Karen or Kristin? What's her name again? Sorry. Oh my gosh, I just read it too. You know me and names. Here we go. Her name, Kristin. Apparently, Kristin was married in 2020. Got a job at this rum distillery. Got divorced and married. I think his name is Andrew. Married him in 2022. This guy whose family is worth $15 billion. Then when they got married, and she got divorced and then married him, then she said, you know what? Because I need space, I don't want to work at... Hold on, I'm telling the story wrong. She was married. She got a job at the rum distillery. She got a divorce with her husband, married the son of the rum distillery. Then when they were married in 2022, which is for the last 3 years, she now went over to astronomer saying, hey, now that we're married, I no longer want to work here, and went to astronomer. Then met Andy and cheated on Andy. I don't know, maybe she thought she was going to marry Andy and leave this guy. So she seems to be like hopping around a little bit. And you're married into a wealthy family, but what kind of money are you going to get after 2 years? So this is the story that is never going to end. This seems like the making like of a movie or like a Netflix series or something. This is not going to be the last that we hear of this. Trust me. But with everybody talking about Andy, I just want to fill you guys in on Kristin. She was married for 2 years to a billionaire, $15 billion his family's worth, and she just got a divorce in 2020. So this is going to be her second divorce if Andrew decides to leave her. Maybe she might stay with him. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings me to my favorite segment, comments of the day. All right, before we get to comments, you guys know I have a very, very vital question for you. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are if you're not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trendoutloud for a free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has been exposed. And if you are like me, you have your cell phone in your phone, your Apple Pay, you Amazon, online, you order online, you're at breach some way, somehow. 14-day free trial. Aura could find out if any of your information has been leaked, and they'll take your information off the dark web for free with my link below. All right. Have you ever wondered how scammers get your phone numbers or why your inbox is flooded with spam? Well, here is why. There are companies called data brokers that sell your data, and they do it without your consent and make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and outlouders. Aura takes care of the hard part, automatically removing your information off of websites and keeping it off. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking your front door and leaving your back door open. They are the leader, the number one in the business. With Aura, you get alerts if your personal information is found on the dark web. You get real-time fraud alerts for any of your credit card or banking information that gets leaked onto the dark web. A secure VPN, antivirus, password manager. Aura also has a $5 billion identity insurance package that will keep you protected. Oh my gosh, I make myself laugh. Try Aura free right now. Here is the QR code. For those of you who don't know Aura, have never heard of them, they used to be the sponsor, the jersey sponsor for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Here is Ant Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns. They are super legit, and they are now offering you 14 days free. Like I said, trust me, some of your information is out there. You might not know, if not all of your information. I haven't had one person sign up for this or not find at least something that is out there in this day and age. It is impossible. They'll find it for you. They'll remove it for you for free for 14 days, and it'll be up to you after that if you want to continue with them, all right? Use my link below or the QR code. I'll put the QR code back up again at the end of the show. Now let's get to the comment section. The first comments are, I don't have to pronounce it. It's from Morgan. Morgan says, happy belated birthday, bro. We all need some mental health time, and you're entitled to yours. We are happy you're back, though don't do it again. Laugh out loud. Morgan from Reading, Pennsylvania. Farah says, nice to see you back. Glad you took some time for yourself. Miss my daily time with the Outlouders. And Pat from the D says, happy belated birthday, Trent. Very happy you took a mental break. That is very, very important, Pat from the D. I just wanted to highlight that. I got a bunch of birthday wishes yesterday. I just took 3 that were at the top. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. And of course, thanks all once again for all the nice messages when we're on my hiatus, when I was on my hiatus. I am back now for those who missed yesterday's episode. Just a little mental health break, family reunion for my father's birthday and my father's birthday and my birthday. So thank you all for the happy birthday wishes. That was today's comments. There's so many birthday wishes. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, that's it. Let's go to social discussion of the day. All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. Okay, I'm so anxious to get to this. I wanted to get to this yesterday, but a friend of mine sent me something. This is what I'm going to talk about. Playing golf is not a fulfilling life. Okay. Let me just play it for you, and you'll get to know what this is saying. Take a listen.
It feels like you work your whole life to celebrate winning a tournament for like a few minutes. And you win it, you celebrate, get to hug my family, my sister's there. It's such an amazing moment. And then it's like, okay, now what are we going to eat for dinner? You know, life goes on. I'm not here to inspire somebody else to be the best player in the world, because what's the point? You know, this is not a fulfilling life. It's fulfilling from the sense of accomplishment, but it's not fulfilling from a sense of like the deepest, you know, places of your heart. You know, there's a lot of people that make it to what they thought was going to fulfill them in life, and then you get there and all of a sudden you get to number one in the world, and then they're like, what's the point?
Okay, that was a video from Scotty Scheffler. He's the number one golfer in the world. And it has nothing to do with golf, but I have wrestled with this, oh gosh, I think for the past, maybe let's say like 10 years. And this is really what my second book was about, how sneakers ruined my life. And I wanted to have this discussion with you and put this seed in your head. And it is so true what he's saying. I have always been like the most ambitious person that I've ever met in my life. Like I've always wanted to do big things. I've always wanted to be successful at anything, like whether I was acting or modeling or music or stores, even this podcast, even this show, like everything. And I have accomplished a lot in my life. But like he says, is that everything that you want to accomplish, you get there and you're like, okay, like what did I do all of this for? And then there's always something else. There's always something bigger. There's always a car that you want more. There's always a bigger house, and there's always something. And you know, I've talked about this with my therapist a lot. And Scotty goes on to say that, okay, he's number one in the world. He won the Masters tournament. He's like, he celebrated for 2 minutes, and then it's like, what? And I think that it's really important to develop something within yourself, and the people and structure around you that is really fulfilling and that really is going to not fade away. Like winning a Masters tournament, or you know, getting another store, or getting an Oscar award, or getting money, or doing whatever. And that was really what my break was about for the past 2 weeks of like, I didn't even really mean to talk about this. I don't want to keep talking about the break, but you know, that party that I threw with for my dad, yeah, it was a milestone birthday with him, but I was able to get together almost every single living member in his family. And it was so fulfilling to me. Yeah, you have no idea. And I have a video of it, and I just sent it out to everybody yesterday. Like it took me like 3 or 4 days to edit. It's like 40 minutes. It's the whole weekend, and people coming in from the airport, and people from the family that haven't talked to each other. Maybe some people, you know, two brothers and sisters who are, you know, haven't spoken to each other in years, or cousins who's upset or whatever, but they all came together, and now they call me the unifier, and they're like, yo, Trent is the unifier, brought us all together. And it was so fulfilling, and it filled me up with so much that like I really want to concentrate on having goals like that in my life while still having other goals, but just knowing that it's really, really important in life to have real things that are fulfilling, and not monetary things or awards or accomplishments or number ones or things that are on a social ladder or a climb or numbers. Like, you know, bringing my family from all over the world and surprising my father and having that on video, that is going to last in my family for 50, 60 years, 100 years, longer than that, you know? So anyways, just I don't know if really this is a social discussion, because I don't know who would disagree with it, but maybe some of you out there do. But Kobe Bryant always says, It's not about the destination. It's always about the journey. So stop, smell the roses, appreciate the real things that fulfill you, and not the destination solely, not the win, because that is going to fade away in 2 seconds after you win the Masters. You go to bed, you wake up the next morning, and you're like, what's next? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to question of the day. Name an artist that was grinding like the rent was due from the get-go. All right, first person said Beyonce works like she's gonna be evicted tomorrow. This is true. The last 3-4 years, Beyonce has been working. Another person said Chris Brown. Has Chris Brown been working like the rent's due from the beginning? I think y'all maybe just like Chris Brown. Drake. I will not explain any further. Drake has been hustling though, because Drake could take some time off. For 100, you know what? I wasn't even thinking Drake, but Drake has definitely been out here grinding. Another person says Beyonce has been working hard ever since she was a kid. This is true. Beyonce and Michael Jackson, 1000%. Another person said Chris Brown. Okay, fine. Janet Jackson. I don't agree with that. I mean, I love Janet, but I don't know if she's been grinding. She was grinding a little. No, Janet's always been like releasing albums when she feels like it. No. Another person said Beyonce. Totally agree with that. Ashanti. Somebody said Ashanti won't sit down and don't have one new song. I don't feel like that's grinding though. I wouldn't say Ashanti either. Kendrick. What? No, man. Kendrick drops an album and it takes 3-4 years off. You don't even see him. Lil Wayne, that's a good one. Lil Wayne has been grinding, yo. Trust. Yo, that's a good one. That is a very good one. Mike Jones. Mariah Carey. I don't know if I would call that grinding, but okay. Diana Ross. Okay. Nicki Minaj, for sure. I don't know grinding like to that extent, but she's been working. Same as Keke Palmer, Tiana Taylor. All right, I'll leave the rest to you guys. Let me know of an artist out here that has been grinding like albums. Like, remember DMX when he dropped like 2 albums in a year? DMX used to be grinding. Ja Rule back in the day. You know what I mean? Like artists that just keep going. They're never just settle down and take a break. Anyways, I'll leave the rest to you because I could keep talking about these things forever and ever. Let me know an artist that you feel like has been grinding from the get-go and hasn't stopped in the comment section below. All right, y'all, that is it for today's show. Sorry that I had no sports news. I put the sports news in lead story because I had to talk about that. Pay us now, Catlin Clark. I knew I was right. Anyways, thank you so much for kicking it with me. Thought we had a good show, fun. Whoop, whoop. Feels good to be back. Yeah, I still have my... Somebody bought me this for my birthday, by the way. Somebody in Florida literally bought this on Amazon and sent it to me. Anyways, thanks for kicking it with me. Thank you to Aura for sponsoring the comment section. Here is the QR code once again. Make sure you sign up for the 14-day free trial. Trust me, some of your information is out there. They can get it off the net for you for free, and that's up to you if you want to continue. And then lastly, just want to remind you guys of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud show, okay? For those of you who are used to watching the show on YouTube, and if you're ever going on a flight or if you're ever going in the car and you don't have access to the internet, have no fear because the Trent Out Loud show is available on all podcast platforms, and you could just go and download the show and take us with you, all right? Just go to any podcast site, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like YouTube, we upload daily. So weird. I was trying to suppress this yawn, and it literally just came out as I was talking. It was like a little mini yawn. Sorry. I should go back to like how I was in New York and get some coffee. Anyways, where was I now? I've been chatty since I've been back, eh? All right, that was YouTubers. Now, podcast listeners, thank you very much for your downloads. We really appreciate it. However, I want you to come over here and hang out with us on YouTube. Just hang out. Just go over to the YouTube page. Sorry, guys, I haven't done this in like 2 or 3 weeks, so I'm stammering over it. Just go over to our YouTube page, type in Trent Out Loud, and this is what you need to do when you go over there. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button because you need to get the algorithming. Please try to comment. I do this podcast by myself. And if you guys don't talk and answer back with me, I really don't look cool. And I always look cool. So please try to comment. And lastly, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones because it definitely helps in growing the channel. Lastly, for those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. It's Trent Out Loud. Sorry, not It's Trent Out Loud. The handle is Trent Out Loud on all social platforms. And we also just changed over an Instagram page, The Trent Out Loud Show. So now on Instagram, there's two places you can follow me, Trent Out Loud and The Trent Out Loud Show. And on that Instagram page, we'll post stories that we'll be talking about during the show and also videos that we can't play for you on YouTube like 904 Will. All right, so make sure you follow all social media platforms. I will see you for tomorrow, Hump Day Wednesday. That's it from me. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace. For more content, you could subscribe, download, or listen to the Trent Out Loud podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts, or you could watch us on YouTube. Just search Trent Out Loud. For show times and updates, you could follow us on all social platforms at Trent Out Loud.